Yo, what's up? It's your brother. And hopefully your friend Big Hill. Rockway's in the building. Black African Power. Each one teach one. Alright, I'm making this video, man, concerning this new classification that the FBI done came out with. You know, I think, what is it called? Black Identity Extremists. Oh well, I guess I'm a terrorist. You know, I just want to give my thoughts on that, man, right quick. The first thing is, it's nothing new. Cointelpro 2.0. You know, back in the 60s, when the Black Panthers, Nation of Islam, and various other groups were engaged in you know, revolution back in the 60s. They had a societal revolution going on, man, where black folks was, you know, revolting against the way they were being treated in this society. And J. Edgar Hoover, you know what I'm saying? And even before then, on down through time, you know, because the Nation of Islam been around since the 30s, and J. Edgar Hoover, you know, he goes all the way back to Marcus Garvey. So, you know, he came up with Cointelpro, you know what I'm saying, to infiltrate, to place a label on black folks who are about black empowerment, upliftment, and black liberation. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, wanna give us a label and make people that's about black liberation seem dangerous to the society, when the only thing we really doing is trying to free our people's mind. And they don't want black folks' mind free. You know, in this country, man, if you ain't going along with the status quo, if you're not buying into the narrative that they give you, and you coming up with anything that's counter what the government and the propaganda puts out, then you dangerous to the 1%. You dangerous to the rulers of the society. You know, and they've done the same thing. You know, but those of us, man, like, I can remember back in somewhere around 2010, where I started really going through the process of becoming more militant minded toward the government, toward the society, and all the things that, you know, when I started waking up and started to see all the things, man, and looking at history and starting to see all the things that's being used against us as a people. And I started looking at Facebook and how many other people were waking up. And I said it's gonna become a point in time in history where we're gonna become enemies of the state. Anybody that's trying to wake up black people, anybody that's trying to free the minds of black people, you become an enemy of the state, because they don't want that. So now they've come up with this black extremist, what is it? Black Identity Extremists, BIE. And it's funny how they done it. They come out with it right at a time. You know, they label black folks as trying to wake up their people, but they won't label these white domestic terrorists. You know, you look at ever since 9/11, how long ago was 9/11? 15, 16 years? Every act of mass murder and killing that has happened in this country has not came by the guns of Muslims. It has not came by the bombs of Muslims. It hasn't come by any outside terrorist group that they constantly propagandize us against and tell us that, yo, we need to watch out for them. It has come from white men. And every time that a white man goes somewhere and terrorizes a group of people and kills a lot of people, they talk about he was mentally ill. Now here you got a man that kills 50-something people, injures over 500 people. And instead of calling that what it is, an act of domestic terrorism, 2 or 3 days later you come out with Black Identity Extremists. Just to change the narrative and get the focus off of what's really going on in our society, man. And the sad part about it is, man, scared Negroes. Because this liberation is not for the weak heart. It's not for the faint of heart. If you are easily scared off by your government, it's not for you. The sad part about what it is that it's gonna scare off scared Negroes that don't want to be identified as a terrorist because they buying into the bullshit. And it's gonna take the minds of other black folk that might have been on the line, you know what I'm saying, that kind of might have been interested, might have been right at that point where their mind was going to be free from all the indoctrination and machinations and all the things that this society does to keep people trapped. It'll take those type of people and scare them away. Because, you know, the FBI said they were terrorists. But it is what it is, man, you know what I'm saying? So if you're a scared Negro, go on here, man, run to your church, be scared. But me, as soon as you see my Facebook page, as soon as you turn on my page, that's the first thing you see. Pro-black propagator. What does that mean? That means I propagate pro-blackness. It don't mean I'm against anybody else. That means that my focus on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel is about helping black people to overcome the oppression that this government has historically had us under. How? Through an education process, because that's how I got it. I got mine strictly through studying history, continue to educate myself on certain things, expanding my consciousness. And once you expand your consciousness, you start living right, you know what I'm saying? You just start seeing things different. You know what I'm saying? You no longer mind fucked by the social engineering mechanisms that this society has historically had us under. The main two being Christianity and politics. So yeah, your brother, I guess I'm a damn terrorist, you know. And you know, when the FBI show up at my door or whatever they gonna do, I just gonna have to tell them, oh, yo, man, if me trying to liberate the minds of my people, if me trying to uplift my people from the degradation and the mind fuckery that you done had us under, if me trying to free my people from the mental, the shackles of mental colonialism is a crime, then fuck it, you might as well go and shut me down then. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna do this. This is, you know, to me, it's just where I'm at in my life. So, you know, with that being said, man, you know, black identity extremists. Now, I could go into another thing. They probably talking about people like the new Black Panther Party. They probably talk about these Hebrew Israelites that be on the corner talking about kill whitey. You know what I'm saying? But that's not who I am. I'm not about hating white people. You know, I'll tell you quick, when them motherfuckers show up in my community with their racism and hatred, then I'm gonna take up arms. Because you done showed up to where I live at. You know, so I figure if you show up there where I live at, then you come to do harm. So I gotta protect me and mine and the brothers in my community. We just gonna have to band together to run you off. That's where I'm at with that. But far as just living my life, man, being military. And then another thing, these damn, just recently, the other day, the Klan and the neo-Nazis was back in Charlottesville again. Talk about we're friends of Russia and you're not gonna replace us. Is that white identity extremism? Is it? But I see Jeff Sessions ain't saying nothing about it. But you know, white folks take care of their own. I'm not even gonna focus. That's not surprising to me. You know, most of us, man, that's aware of what's going on politically in this country. We knew when Donald Trump got in and he appointed Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General of the United States. He's a fucking hardcore racist. We already knew that his focus was gonna be on looking at black people and trying to find the element of the black population that's going against the grain and target them. And I just happen to be a member of that. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a scared Negro that's looking for a more comfortable enslavement. I cannot find comfort in oppression. I can't just fix my mind and say, oh, well, it is what it is. Just be happy that you able to make a living. Yeah, I got all the necessities of life, food, clothing, shelter, transportation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being hungry, I have to worry about trying to lose weight because, you know, food is plentiful and I eat too much. And I'm sitting up here eating on damn donut right now. I'm supposed to be eating. But, you know, I had to have one with my coffee, so it is what it is. You know, yeah, I got all that. And I've reached a place in my life where I live pretty comfortably. But I still can't ignore the oppression that I see. I still can't ignore tyranny, oppression, and injustice. I still can't look at 8 years of a black president and more black folks died at the hands of police that had died ever in the history of this country. And not one conviction. What is that? What is that other than domestic terrorism by the hands of police, race soldiers in police uniforms? Well, I'm just supposed to look at that and just like, okay. You know, I can't look at brothers, man, like the brother just recently get pulled over for a traffic turn signal being out. When he turned around in his car, he got a policeman pointing a gun at him for a traffic violation. That's domestic terrorism. Anytime the police pull up on you and pull a gun out on you for a traffic stop, that's domestic terrorism. But no, he want to take black folk. They're trying to wake up other black folk and call us black identity extremists because we won't be good niggas. I ain't gonna never be a good nigga. I ain't that dude. You know. So I guess it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Cointelpro 2.0, black identity extremists. You scared Negroes? Fall back. The soldiers and the warriors, man, keep doing what we doing. We still gotta wake up our people. We still gotta, man, try to reach our youth. We still gotta each one teach one. We still gotta constantly, man, try to show people, teach the youth early what we learn late. We still gotta work toward getting institutions and infrastructure in our communities. We still gotta propagate cooperative economics. We can't stop talking about this stuff just cause Jeff Sessions and the FBI done came down with some goddamn label to put on us. Only a scared Negro will run away from trying to work toward the liberation of his people. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. And that's all I have to say about that. Peace. Big Hill. I'm out.